Here's an operations question to do with fractions that was from the grade 7 practice exam. A lot of people were asking me, what does simplify mean? It just means that you're supposed to reduce it as much as you possibly can. So in this case, it just means find the answer. Okay, so you have to follow Bedmas here while you're doing these operations with fractions, because you have 3 fractions, but you still have to do the one in brackets first before you do the division. So I'm only going to deal with these 2 fractions here, and it's an addition. So I have to figure out between 8 and 3 how I could put these onto a common denominator. So I know that if I do 8 times 3, it will be 24. So I'm going to put them both on 24. Okay, so if I did this side times 3, then I have to do times 3 to the numerator as well. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15. Over here, I did 3 times 8, so I have to do 1 times 8 on the top. So you have to make sure that if you do something to the top, you do it to the bottom as well. Okay, so here 8 times 1 is 8. I'm going to treat all of this, now that they're on a common denominator, but I'm going to bring down my divided by 1/2 so that I don't forget about it. Okay, so now if I do 15 plus 8 is 23, and you leave the same denominator over 24. And then now I have that answer. I'm going to do divided by 1/2. I'm running out of space a little bit here, but you have to remember that the rule for dividing fractions is that you leave, I'm going to bring it over here. You leave the first fraction the same. You switch the division sign to a multiplication, and then you use the reciprocal. So you flip the second fraction over, so it's going to become 2 over 1. Now we're following multiplication rules, which is, I find the most simple one to follow when you're using fractions. So you just multiply the 2 numerators. So you do 23 times 2 is 46, and 24 times 1 is 24. We can't leave our answer as an improper fraction like this, so I'm gonna first reduce it, and then I'm gonna put it into a mixed fraction. So I can divide both of them by 2. So 46 divided by 2, like we just had, was 23. 24 divided by 2 is 12, so 23 over 12. And then I'm going to see how many times does 12 go into 23. Well, 2 times 12 would be 24, and we're not actually quite at 24, so it's 1 time. And then you do 24 minus 23. Okay, so there's one left to get to 24, so you have 1 and 11 twelfths. Okay, because if you had one more, if it was 24 over 2, then it would be 2 whole. So your answer is 1 and 11 on 12.